Hey VKids families, I hope you're doing really well. It's Laura Chase here, and I just came up with a resource that you might want to use after Ben's talk on Sunday about giving and being generous and all those kind of things. It's called 3 Cups by Tony Townsley. So I'm going to read that to you now, and it would just be a great resource for you guys to watch with your families together. 3 Cups, a lesson in life and money for children. On my 5th birthday, my parents gave me a wonderful present. They promised it would take me on many adventures. These 3 cups are from my cupboard, I said. Is this my present? There's more, my mother explained. Look inside the envelope. We think it's time you started getting a weekly allowance, my father told me. And every year it will grow bigger, just like you will. Every week we will help you divide your allowance among 3 cups, mother said. 1 cup is for savings, 1 cup is for spending, and 1 cup is for giving. After we discussed how to divide the money and put it in the cups, we put him in my room. But what about the adventures? I asked. They'll come, my father promised. Every Saturday, week after week, I got excited when it was time to put my allowance into 3 cups. Every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, I forgot about the money. One day, Mother said, "It looks like your cups are filling up. Let's see how much you have." She helped me count, and I was surprised at how much there was, especially in my savings cup. "I have an idea," Mother said. "Let's take a trip to the bank." "You're rich," said my sister. "I think I want to keep saving my allowance in the cups," I told my mother. "You can do that," she said, "but let's ask Mr. Duncan how the bank can help you save even more." Mr. Duncan was the president of the bank. He told me how he'd keep my money safe and make it grow. I asked him how. He said that when I put my money in the bank, it would be called a deposit. It would be placed in my very own savings account, which would hold my money for me just like my savings cup did. And best of all, Mr. Duncan said the bank would pay me to keep my money there. The money the bank pays is called interest. He explained to me how it works. Interest sounded interesting to me. After I deposited my money from my savings account, Mr. Duncan gave me a lollipop. I asked for one for my sister too. "Is this the adventure?" I asked my mother. "It is just the beginning. Do you know how much money you have in your spending cup?" she asked. After we got home from the bank, I counted the money in my spending cup. I wanted to buy a new baseball glove, but I knew I hadn't saved enough yet. "Do you really want that glove?" Mother asked. "I do," I told her. Mother says if I just save my money a little while longer, then I'll have enough to buy it. "You could buy a doll instead," my sister said. So I waited for 1 more week, then 2, then 3. By then, I had more than enough to buy my new baseball glove. I bought my sister a present with the money left over. "This is an adventure," I told my mother and father. "It's not over yet," said father. "What about your giving cup?" I was supposed to be using my giving cup to help others, but there were so many people who needed help, and my giving cup was so small. I went to my parents and asked them what I could do. 100 things, father said. 100 times 100 things, my mother told me. Then I remembered that my school was collecting food for needy families. I asked my mother if I could go with her to the grocery store. With the money from my giving cup, I bought 8 cans of soup. When I brought them to my teacher, Miss Phillips, she asked if we would like to help deliver all the food to our school. Our school collects. The families we helped were happy to receive our gifts. Helping them made me feel happy too. That night, my father asked which cup was my favourite. "My spending cup," I said. No, my saving cups. But then my giving cup makes me feel good too." "Saving, spending and giving," my father told me. "Doing all these things, these 3 as you keep growing up, that is the adventure." The weeks went by. Every week I divided my allowance into 3 cups. The years went by. Every year my allowance grew. And when I got my first job mowing our neighbour's yard, I also put the money I made into the 3 cups. By the time I was in high school, I'd bought many things with the money from my spending cup. With the money from my giving cup, I gave to my church and other organisations and helped many people. And when I graduated from high school, I used the money from my savings account at the bank to help pay for college I went to. I packed all 3 cups to take with me. Can you see? Here they are in his packing. Today, my son turns 5. Happy birthday, I said. Are you ready for an adventure? So that's the 3 cups.